As part of our newest DGIS release, version 5.1, there are updated features that will allow administrators more flexibility and comfortability for managing users. Updated features include options, locations, and roles which have been revamped and streamlined for optimal functionality to help make your job easier. Options. The current DGIS format for options can be confusing and difficult to navigate. We have updated options to alleviate this to make it more digestible for users and help reduce redundancy. Due to roles being repurposed, a new feature has been added to DGIS: option groups. Option groups will help supplement administrators and allow them to place more restrictions on users as needed. Locations. Locations have also been updated and reorganized to help facilitate the management of locations within a company. Also, locations have been redesigned to help facilitate management of locations on one screen. Roles. Permissions in DGIS for each role can be challenging to understand. Because of this, we've repurposed and simplified roles in DGIS. This will make assigning user roles more straightforward for administrators. If you want to skip ahead to any features you are interested in, we've provided timestamps for each feature in the description below. Starting with options. To access the options menu, click on the Administration tab. Then, on the left-hand side, click on Options. Options has been reorganized into two sections. Settings are mainly format and font-based options that are accessible to all users with no restrictions. You can enable or disable a setting by checking or unchecking the checkbox next to the setting. To find options, you'll need to scroll down to the second section of the Options menu. Options change the functionality of DGIS. You can enable or disable an option by checking or unchecking the checkbox next to the option. When you make any changes to settings or options, all changes are automatically saved. A new feature that has been added to DGIS is option groups. Option groups gives administrators the ability to restrict and assign a set of options to specific users and/or locations. Option groups are only accessible by administrators and can be managed by clicking the blue Go to Option Groups button. On the following screen, your previously created option groups will be listed under the filter field. To create a new option group, click Create Group, enter a name, then click Create Option Group. You can then select the options that you want enabled or disabled for this option group. There is no save button. The choices you make are automatically saved, and you can navigate to another menu when finished. If you're interested in reading more about options, you can find a support guide in the description below. The next updated feature in DGIS is roles. Roles have been streamlined to make managing users easier for administrators and enhances usability. Roles can be managed while editing users, and you can do so by going to the User Management screen, selecting a user that you want to edit, and choosing one of the roles in the drop-down menu. DGIS will only now have 3 roles, starting with User, which has all base functionalities in DGIS, Manager, which also has all base functionalities in DGIS, but also has access to parts and locations. And last, Administrator, which has access to all functionalities within DGIS. As an administrator, you can set roles for each user depending on how much flexibility or restrictions you want for each user. If you are interested in reading more about roles, you can find a support guide in the description below. The next updated feature in DGIS is Locations. Locations has been updated and reorganized to help with the management of locations within a company. Locations can be accessed simply by navigating to the location screen on the left-hand side. Existing locations can be found in the Select a Location drop-down box, or you can create a new location by clicking Create, entering a name, and clicking Create Location. Once a location has been created or selected, you can edit the name, description, or you can assign the location an option group. You can also assign the location users, parts, and templates. When finished, click Save. Please keep in mind that users and templates cannot be assigned to more than one location. If you're interested in reading more about locations, you can find a support guide in the description below. If you need more information or assistance, please navigate to the Help tab. Here, you'll find a link to our Software Support Center, as well as our Tech Support Hotline, and all the articles for the new updates that we've added to DGIS. If you need any additional assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to LabelMaster Software Support, and thank you for choosing LabelMaster for your hazmat needs.